Am I overreacting about a gift my boss gave me? So it's a cup that says talk nerdy to me. This happened months ago in May. So it wasn't a Christmas gift or a gift giving season. It was just a random gift. For context, I'm a 29-year-old female, the only intern in the department I work in. I'm literally at the bottom. The guy I'm talking about is 60-year-old-ish male. There's only one person above him. He's been making me feel uncomfortable for months, but he was never outright creepy. It always felt like he was trying to flirt, but it was never so direct, so I figured I was just misinterpreting it. Something about his body language just made me uncomfortable, and whenever I'd see him, I try not to be noticed because whenever he sees me, he comes over. He started inviting me out to dinners slash bowling with the older people from the department, and I would decline. He said he had a gift for me. He seemed nervous. He came back a moment later saying, "This made me think of you," and handed me a mug that said, "Talk nerdy to me." The sexual innuendo of the gift made me really uncomfortable, and the fact that he seemed nervous to give me it was also suspicious. I ended up telling my supervisor about it, and she was really upset and took it very seriously. A report was made, and he claimed he didn't mean anything by it. I honestly thought that was BS. He's a 60-year-old man, not a teenager. He should know dang well how the mug comes off to a female intern half his age. The department heads understand that I'm uncomfortable, but they have been defending him, claiming that they've all known him for a long time. He's just a goofy guy and didn't realize how it could be interpreted. This all has made me wonder if I'm overreacting about the gift. Someone said not an overreaction. Whatever about the mug on its own, but considering all the background context, no, you're definitely not overreacting and this is creepy. Every time he makes you uncomfortable, report it to HR. The more of a headache you make it for HR, the more they will actually do something about it. Someone else said, "You are not overreacting. The mug is creepy as heck and highly inappropriate to give to a colleague. I'm very proud of you for telling your supervisor about it." Am I the a hole for asking my boyfriend to tell his friends to stop making stupid jokes about supposedly dating my mom? I, 19-year-old female, apologize in advance if you feel like you're losing your brain cells reading this. My boyfriend, 19-year-old male, met my mom, 44-year-old female, a few weeks back. My mom doesn't give people their personal space. She took a selfie with my boyfriend. She takes selfies with everyone. And this selfie, she has a free arm around his shoulder. I got in my boyfriend's friend group, and I'm the only girl in the group. They have made jokes that my mom is my boyfriend's girlfriend, and they even give her a nickname, Mommy. It's really stupid. I can't give a rational explanation of why it bothers me so much, but it is triggering insecurities. My mom is 5'11" and my boyfriend is 6'2". They're both lean and they're both conventionally attractive. I'm 5'3", chubby and not photogenic. I look awkward in pictures with my boyfriend. I look awkward in pictures in general. When I asked my boyfriend to ask his friends to stop making these jokes, he said he would, but also said I'm putting him in an uncomfortable situation. He asked several times for me not to make him do this. I eventually said, "Never mind," in frustration. Am I the a hole? Someone said, "Not the a hole." I've been there. My guy friends would come over just to see my mom. My mom is 5 foot, skinny, green eyed Mexican lady, so of course, she's always had men come after her. It's like super weird. And they kept joking that she was flirting. She's like that with everyone, but it would irritate me so much because, ew, it's my mom. If he can't set boundaries with his friends now, I don't know how he ever will. Another comment said, "He says you are putting him in an uncomfortable position. How does he think it makes you feel when all his friends are joking about him effing your actual mother? I bet that's a pretty dang uncomfortable situation. Also, as a boyfriend myself, I would find it horribly uncomfortable if my friends were making these jokes about myself and my partner's mom. The fact that your boyfriend sees this as a problem you are causing just by standing up for yourself is the biggest red flag here. Yes, his friends suck, but worse than that, his friends suck and he is happy with it. He doesn't want anything to change except for you to stop complaining. This isn't a man, it's a sheep. He doesn't give a F about anyone's comfort other than his own. He's a mindless follower of his friends and he's disrespectful to you and to your mother. What does he actually bring to your life?" Oh, someone said he's not a reaction. I understand. My guy friends would call my mom a MILF. Am I overreacting? Sister took my car and got a ticket, refuses to pay. He said, this is a text chain. He said, "This is the second time you have done this. How do you expect me to act?" And his sister said, "Well, I'm sorry, but it's your fault. You can't hide your stuff better." But like a little tongue face laugh. He said, "You don't even seem serious about it. Even talking to you feels useless. Grow up. You're older than me, and yet act so pathetic. It's disgusting. I hate you." So, my sister, 28-year female, borrowed my car. I'm a 23-year-old male without permission and got a parking ticket and refused to pay it, saying it's my fault for not hiding the keys better. I told our parents everything, and now she seems to act like all sulky. I might have acted harshly towards her, but the way she apologized seems so unserious and it made me crash out. We've been close, but this is her second time disregarding my boundaries. She is always so clumsy and unserious about literally everything, and honestly, I can't bear it anymore. Am I overreacting to this situation? Should I apologize to her? And someone said, "Bro, she stole your car and you wonder if you're overreacting." Someone else said, "She didn't just borrow it, she straight up disrespected your boundaries twice now." Someone else said, "I'd actually be reporting this to the police. She didn't have permission. You have a confession in text. She isn't sorry and she isn't going to pay." Someone said, question mark, question mark, question mark, not an overreaction. What a kind of bizarre dynamic led to this situation. And someone else said the parents failed. And someone else said that was not an apology from the sister. If my sister did that, I would not be talking to her until she had a serious convo with me and actually apologized and paid the ticket. Am I the a hole for accusing my wife of trying to develop a relationship with someone she called a friend? My wife has a guy friend that I've known about for our entire relationship that lives in a different state, and she has talked to him from time to time. I mean, like maybe once every few months. Normally, when she's talked to him, she lets me know they talked and everything they talked about. I don't ask her to do that, but she literally tells me everything all the time, so it's just who she is. I haven't heard anything about this friend in months, and recently she had the opportunity to visit the state that this friend lives in. A couple months before the trip, I started noticing her acting different around me. She was being very distant from me and extremely overprotective of her phone, like she didn't want me to near it. Even one day, she was going to take a shower and was going to let her phone charge on the dresser while she was in the shower. A light must have lit up or something because she rushed out of the bathroom and grabbed her phone, and I was just confused on why she ran out like that. I never checked her phone or anything like that, so that reaction was definitely weird. Literally the day before the trip, I started feeling weird or anxious, and I remembered that she hadn't talked to a friend for a while, and she was flying into the city he lived in. She even moved her flight around to land in that city and got a rental car to drive 2 hours to the city she was actually going to, when we could have just had direct flight. My first thought was maybe it was just coincidence, or maybe it was just cheaper to do it that way. The more I thought about it, the more stressed I became. So I just wanted to know if she had even talked to the friend. I did something I never do, and I checked her phone. Come to find out, she's been talking to that friend not just like a few minutes here and there. I'm talking for hours and hours at a time almost every day, and only when I wasn't home or when she was at work. I confronted her about it, and of course, she said it was nothing. They were just catching up, and I couldn't tell me any details about their conversation. When I asked her why she didn't tell me she even talked to him, her response was like, "I didn't think you cared." I explained my side of things that she literally always tells me everything every day. Even when she just talked to her mom, I know about it. And that it seemed like she was hiding the fact that she was talking to him. She had the same response: "I didn't think you cared." Next come the text messages. There was nothing inappropriate or anything like that, but what was concerning was the everyday conversation of them, asking each other how their day was and what they were doing at that day, and good morning text, the things you do when you're genuinely making a connection with someone. And again, this was every day, in between of all the calls that lasted for hours. I didn't see this as normal friendly conversation, as she had multiple friends, and this was the only friend she was talking to in this manner. And again, she told me when she talked to all the other friends. Forgot to mention how she met this friend was through her cousin who was dating a guy, and they tried to play matchmaker with my wife with this friend some years ago, and it never worked out, so they just became just friends. Someone said, not no reaction. The issue isn't that she has a male friend, it's the sudden secrecy and shift in behavior around something that used to be so openly shared, which understandably shook your sense of trust. Someone else said, your wife is about to cheat on you with this guy. She knows it, he knows it, you know it. You said above, literally the day before her trip, you started feeling weird. So this was in the past. Does she come back yet? Someone else said, not an overreaction. Anytime someone behavior changes, it's suspicious when they try to deny it. Not a reaction. Your marriage is already over and she's traveling exclusively to cheat on you. Update me. Someone else said emotional cheating and still counts, not the a-hole.